My name is Elizabeth Falkner, and I'm the chef owner of Citizen Cake here in San Francisco. Oh, I definitely see the restaurant business very theatrically. When I first started cooking, I was working in film production and took on a part-time job in a little cafe downtown, and it just was like immediate theater, drama, love it. Getting the immediate gratification from people, you put some food out, you put a film out, you get an audience response, but it's such a long project. You put food out, it's like immediate. And you know right away if somebody's like, oh my God, this is amazing, or that's pretty good. Our desserts and our cakes have really whimsical, fun titles. We have a dessert right now called I Had an Apple Threesome, and what happens at Citizen Cake stays at Citizen Cake. When pastry people, we're allowed to be really clowny in a way, but we're also trying to be really sophisticated simultaneously. There's a restaurant called Qua. It's Daniel Patterson, and it's really cute. It's a really small restaurant, 30 seats. I want to say a little bit extreme kind of cuisine, because I don't know where else you go where one of your first courses is essential oil that you rub on your wrist. What you can get for brunch at Zuni is different than what you can get at, in the evening. They have these amazing wood-fired pizzas. I love it with ricotta cheese. I seem to like ricotta cheese all of a sudden a lot, but with like a ricotta salata and a roasted tomato sauce. And then they have their signature things like their roasted chicken and their Caesar salad, which everybody's crazy about. But I'm more crazy about the things that come on a daily basis. So it'll be very seasonal. Well, I think the slow food movement is important in San Francisco because it's really a perspective of stopping to think about the food and where it comes from, and appreciating that time at the table. And certainly Chez Panisse is a place that you just want to savor the whole experience. My favorite thing about Chez Panisse is that I might be ready for dessert, had a really lovely dinner, and then they will send out just like some tangerines and some nuts, and they're like amazing, because it's like I get really good tangerines, but then somehow Alice Waters gets better tangerines. So there's this restaurant called Basil. Appropriately, it's a Thai restaurant, and they have very classic Thai food, but really well made. Some of the combinations are like in the soup, the coconut, lemongrass, lime juice, a little chili. It has a lot of ingredients, but ginger, galangal, basil, so tasty. In fact, I've made a sorbet based on the soup. At Acme, they have grass-fed beef, and everything about that restaurant is all about organic, sustainable product, and even the restaurant itself was built that way. It's a huge place, and the food is like, it's very classic. You can have all different kinds of cuts of beef, and they have great fries, and it's not something that I want all the time, but when I want it, that's probably where I'll go. Oh man, well, Bay Area, famous for serving oysters, having great stuff from Tamales Bay. And I do love having oysters at Zuni with the shoestring potatoes. And then, but I also love Hog Island Oyster Bar down at the Ferry Building. And it's just amazing, and they have the best clam chowder too. I mean, it's like the way it's supposed to be. It's not thickened. It's like the cream, white wine, bacon, potatoes, and fresh clams. Stunningly good. I like this restaurant, Fifth Floor. Melissa Perello is the chef, and she's got a very California-style background, so you can have multiple courses there. Never getting too stuffed. It's not too much ego in the food. It's pretty straightforward, like a pea dish with some ricotta, and it's not stuffed with lobster galore and draped with caviar, but usually it's much more about the produce or the regional product.